Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Yoni Sobin coming to you with some tips to stay healthy in the summer. Now that the weather is changing, we're finally out of that miserable winter and things are warming up. Trees are blooming, birds are chirping, and that means that we start to get out of our house and outside of the comfort of our nice warm blankets because now they're keeping us too warm. And as summer approaches and as spring comes to an end, we have to really keep in mind the importance of physical and mental health, just like we do during the rest of the year. Except that during the summertime, things are a little bit different. School's not in session, so students have a lot more free time, which means that parents have a lot less free time and have to wrangle in those kids, keep them occupied, especially for younger kids. For older kids, you have to make sure that your kids aren't getting into trouble, and for yourselves, that you have to make sure that you're staying healthy. And that given that we have spent a lot more time outdoors during the spring and summer than we do during the winter time, the things that we have to do for our physical health are exponentially more important. And that includes things like staying hydrated, making sure you're protecting your skin, things that your mother would tell you when you're about to go outside on a 103-degree day to go play in the park with your friends. And that those things don't go away over the course of your lifetime. It is always important to make sure that you're staying hydrated and drinking approximately 8 cups of water a day. It might seem like a lot, and it might seem almost impossible, and that at the same time, it's very, very doable. If you're not drinking enough water, you run the risk of dehydration, and dehydration also leads to mental health concerns. If you're not staying fully hydrated, your mood will be affected. Your ability to respond to stressors will be affected. Your ability to enjoy yourself will be affected. You'll feel more tired, more fatigued, have trouble concentrating. So one tip would be to start every single day off with a glass of water. Now you might say, oh, I start my day off with a cup of coffee. That's good enough. Interestingly enough, it isn't. Coffee is actually deprives your body of water. It leaves you with less hydration in your body than you did before you had that cup of coffee. And there have been some studies that have shown that a cup of coffee can be replaced with a single cup of water, and it will serve the same function. The water will also help you to wake up. Now, I'm not saying give up your coffee completely, because we all know telling that to someone who likes coffee is just an absolute disaster. However, it is very important to balance that out through the rest of the day, that if you're only drinking coffee during the day, your body is not getting the hydration that it needs. And we often think that we just have to be running. So I would encourage everyone to make sure that you are drinking 8 cups of water each and every day so that you can prevent dehydration, heat stroke. There's plenty of things that you can use to monitor how much water you're taking in. For example, the color of your urine. The darker the urine, the more likely it is that you're not getting enough water. The lighter it is, the likelier it is that you're getting enough water. And you want to find a nice balance between clear and yellow. These are very, very important things that you can use to monitor your own health and make sure that you're staying healthy so that you can be there for your children or for the people that you care about. On top of that, it's very important to monitor the amount of time that you spend outdoors, especially as the weather tends to get hotter and the temperature continues to rise. That once the temperature is above 100 degrees, you shouldn't be spending more than half an hour outdoors at most at a time. And also to be very mindful of physical exercise and the amount of strain that you put your body through during this time. Because it's hotter, it means your body is going to sweat more. And if you're sweating more, it means you're going to have to drink more. So the longer that you're outside, the more water you'll have to end up taking in. Make sure that you have at least a liter's worth of water for every 4 hours that you're spending outdoors. So if you go to the beach, make sure you have at least 1 to 2 liters of water with you per person. It might seem like a lot, but I guarantee you, you will need it. Because even being at the beach, the sun's reflection on the water increases the likelihood of sunburn. It increases the likelihood of dehydration. If you think about it, if you've ever gone kayaking or canoeing, you tend to feel pretty tired after a day at the beach or a day kayaking. And that's because your body has actually been drained of resources more quickly than it would have had you been staying indoors. Now, that brings up another issue that's very important to address with regard to mental health in the summer, which is that a lot of times people want to stay indoors because that's where it's cool, that's where it's comfortable, they can invite their friends over, you can watch a movie, and so on and so forth. But that runs the risk of staying indoors too much. And a lot of times people are like, oh, it's hot outside. I don't want to go outside. And that's pretty good. But what happens if you do that every single day? That even during a heat stroke, even during a spell where there are days on end where there are over 100-degree weather for days on end, it is important to get at least 10 minutes outside each day. Bring water with you, make sure your head's covered, make sure you're protected, wearing sunscreen, the whole rigmarole, everything your grandmother would tell you. And that at the same time, it's also important to make sure to get out and be active and be walking. That if you don't have a treadmill at home, go to the gym, go for a jog. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're also monitoring the amount of sunlight that you're getting and the risk that you're putting yourself in every time that you have to step outdoors in excessive heat. Now, I'm not saying stay indoors all the time. In fact, I'm saying exactly the opposite. It's better to be outside as long as you're taking care of your physical health. So, Google free things near me today if you're trying to get out of your house, because we don't want you to get depressed during the summer. We want you to stay active, stay engaged, be doing things that you're interested in, while also being very, very mindful to take care of your physical health. So during the summertime, focus on that physical health, even if you think that you shouldn't be wearing sunscreen because only babies wear sunscreen. That's not true. People who protect and care about their skin wear sunscreen. And if you don't like sunscreen, wear a hat. And if you don't like that, then dress in long sleeves, but you run the risk of dehydration, in which case you'll just have to drink some more water. So the best strategy is to take care of yourself, to take care of your physical health, and to ensure that you're getting enough water. And I cannot stress that enough. Stay well, stay healthy, and have a great summer.